we finally have made it back. We still got a red light, but we should be done. I hadn't felt them go into the truck for a few minutes. So right now, all we're doing is we're waiting for them to either give us a green light. I think they're going to bring the seal out now. Not the paperwork, but the seal. There's the truck that's out there beside us. I don't think you can see it. They brought his seal out, so I think we may be waiting for a seal. I'm gonna put the slow-mo on. Let's do 5 seconds. No, let's do 7 seconds. I think 7 seconds might be a good unround number. Thank you for the thumbs up. We got 11 so far. Now we've been sitting here 5 hours, I think it is. We got 4.5 hours left on our clock right now, and the time's not stopping. We've went way beyond that point. So any bit of time that they waste from here, well, for the last few hours, we sit over there in the waiting lot for like an hour and 15 minutes. Then they come and told us to come to door 11. We sat on door 11 here for 3 hours, I think it was, before they started on us. And now it's been about 50 minutes, 56 minutes, give or take, something like that, since they actually turned the red light on. But now, the dude that is beside us, like I said, I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's pulled up a little bit. He's been sitting here just as long as we have. As a matter of fact, he was on the door before we got on the door. Haber's still at the house. Yeah, just my hometown got cut short. Sheesh. Now watch it take them another hour to unlock us. I'm hoping not, but you never tell. That's why I went ahead and started the live stream, because I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, they'll hurry on up. Yeah, it's been a waste. I mean, I could have left out 3 hours later, knowing that they was going to take this much time. Anybody that hadn't... Oh man, they're still loading. Anybody that hadn't said happy birthday to Kyle, today's his birthday, happy birthday, Kyle. Poker Rossi, how you doing? Man, I guess he took time to come out here and put the seal. They're not done. They put another pallet on there. Guess I prematurely started this live stream, didn't I? You are welcome. And I got the vlog part all put together, or not put together. I got it all transferred over to the laptop. I was gonna put one more clip with it, and then I thought, I don't know. I may or may not do it. Is the reason why I hadn't sat here and just put it together while we was sitting here. Because I thought about putting one more clip to it, which is pulling out, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna put that clip on it or not. Yeah, they're taking their dear sweet time. I doubt we'll even make it to Memphis today. I figured that we would make it somewhere between Memphis and Little Rock, but with the way they've let us sit here, we probably won't even make it to Memphis today. How you doing, Neff? Ghost to Now, Anna Metallica, welcome back. Cherokee Kid, Kyle, James, Mr. Sonic, Poker Rossi, well, at least I did have time to charge the phone up, charge the mics up, which I actually let the one mic that I was using earlier, I actually let it die. I didn't realize that if you didn't put it back in the charger that it would sit there and just keep killing the battery. I thought once I shut the stream off, it would just kind of go into a sleep or whatever. It didn't do that. Now it's weird how the magnets will only stick to the door of the truck, but the magnets to this microphone won't stick to the door. That's just odd to me. I thought all magnets was magnets. He might be coming for us, but we're still locked.
Dog, see your truck up. After you set your truck up, go back up to the working center when you came in.
Yeah.
Got the bill for you.
Got the bill up there. I can go across that scale, right?
Huh?
I can use that scale, right?
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. It ain't good, though. I mean, they probably, you gotta go through this, did you go through the scale, you gotta go through the Africa? I don't think you got to.
No, I mean, I can, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. All I do is load the truck and unload it, bro.
I heard that.
But yeah.
Is it still locked? Is it still locked?
I think the override on. Hold on, let me make sure.
Alright, he brought the seal to us. Okay, so I can go ahead and pull out. Alright, man, appreciate it. You have a good one.
Alright.
10 for on the negative, positive, negative. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this mic off for just a minute. I'm actually gonna put you guys on mute for just a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the last clip. So while you guys are on mute, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm talking to the other camera for the other video. I'll have the sound back on in just a few minutes. It's kind of weird here. Our drive axles, according to my dial, are a little heavy. Not extremely heavy, but a little heavy. I don't know. There's a scale over here. We can weigh it. But I gotta make sure my pin's locked. I'm sure they did, but I gotta make visual sure. And I'm not gonna put my seal on just yet, just in case the drive axles are too heavy. Now we're back to the back of the trailer. We got our tandem slid as far forward as they'll go. I'm gonna rock it just a little bit because the back pin isn't fully extended. So we'll rock it just a little bit just to rock them on out of there. And did we do any popping and crackling while I was outside the truck? Mic-wise? I walked all the way to the back of the trailer, and with the Bluetooth, I know normally if I get to the back of the trailer and start talking, then it kind of crackles and pops a little bit. We are going to take the 840 bypass going through Nashville at this time, and might be a little slow. We got 4 hours, 14 minutes. Time is ticking. It's not stopping. It's not slowing down. We'll make it somewhere between the end of 840 and Nashville, or not Nashville, but Memphis. I don't know if we'll make it quite to Memphis. I don't really want to stop in Memphis. I'd rather either get past it or stop ahead of it. Because like I say, according to my gauge, our drive axles are heavy. So we may end up, dang it. This thing work?
Can I help you?
How does the scale work out here?
What's the phone number?
turn it back off in just a second. And now I'm not gonna say what our axle weight is, but it was exactly what I suspected. But I think it's good to go. I don't think we'll have any problems out of it. Where's my boom at? Okay, hang on a second. All aboard. So like I say, I'm not gonna announce what the weights are this go around for the simple fact, but if you'll remind me after we get the load dropped out, I'll let you know what the weight was. Not what every bit of the weights was, but I'll let you know what the factoring weight that. Yeah, let's hit the road. But now, I'm not gonna fill the truck up. I'll put it that way. With the weights the way they are, I'm not gonna fill the truck up any throughout this trip, because they do have me to a high point on the drives. I'm still legal, but they got me to a high point. I couldn't imagine having two dogs like that on the truck. And those are pups, or one of them's a pup anyway. The other one might not be, but yeah, we're not over gross weight. I mean, we're just like 70,000 as far as that goes on the weight. Just barely over. We're not even at the 71,000 mark. It's somewhere between 70 and 71,000. So I mean, we're light compared. They just got it all thrown at the front of the trailer. Exactly. They won't mess with you. Actually, most all scales, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, unless it might be Truckee, California, as long as you're 34,999 or lower, they're not going to say nothing. Once you hit the 35,000 pound mark, that's when you get pulled in. Today's trip, we started out in Ocoee, Tennessee. We're in Murfreesboro right now. We just got loaded on our way to El Paso. And let's see. Our appointment, well, we don't have an appointment for El Paso. It's due on the 5th between 8 a.m. and 1600 hours. It's Yoplait. I started to say I didn't know, but it's Yoplait. Yogurt. Yeah, I've carried, I think the most I've carried over a scale has been on an axle weight. I think is 34.6. I want to say 30, maybe 30. It was 34.6 or 34.8. That's the most I've carried over a scale on one axle. And I mean, I didn't get pulled in, but now they will pull you across the scale. You know, as far as not giving you the bypass. That's usually my experience when you're a little bit over on. See, a lot of people thinks that 34,000 is it. You can't go no higher than 34,000. You just have to keep it within that 34,000 pound range is what I have always understood it to be. I can see you. Run 8 miles up, hit 840. Past your DOT physical, right on. I think I've got to go. I think I've got one more year on mine, if I'm not mistaken. I need to check that. Actually. I need to check to see when my expiration date is on my DOT. Because it may be getting pretty close to time. Yeah. Got the mic right under my mouth. Got it attached to the seatbelt. What, the truck in front of us? Oh, I'm not going that fast, so. Yeah, you gotta keep it cool. And these notes, they seem to get hot quick. Shouldn't have waited for that van. I should have swerved out in front of him. And we got 3 hours, 56 minutes of run time. Not exactly sure if we'll be able to make it to Memphis, past Memphis. We should be able to make it past Memphis. And if we can in fact make it past Memphis, that's what I want to do. Local time is 5:53 p.m. Local temperature, according to the truck, is 97 degrees. I don't know if that's the actual temperature. I think the truck more or less runs off whatever the real feel is. Yeah, we won't follow. The only way we follow behind primes is if we're on a 2-lane road and can't get around them. That's it. Or if we're in California. I'll sit behind primes in. Other than that, nah, I can't sit behind the prime too awful long. Yeah, we're on Central Time. Oh, and I-40, no, I'm on 24 right now. 2 miles, and we're going to hop off of this and get on 840. 24. The thing is we're in onion season, which is our hardest running time of the year, and they waited until we got our load home to say, hey, the doctors did, hey, we need to change the appointment time for 2 days later. And I knew that it wasn't going to be easy to stay that many days. What we ended up having to do is I had to leave Tasha at the house and I'll go back and get her somewhere around within the next 2 weeks, I think. Shouldn't be much over that. I don't know. Get her on the way back with this next run. We may back out and turn it and come back and then get her. Not sure yet. It depends on where we pick her or where our load of onions is going to on this next go, on whether we get her coming back or have to go back out and come back one more time. See, if we get a load going to Florida or South Carolina, then we'll have to pick her up next go. If we get a load like we did to Monroe or something like that, somewhere in the vicinity of the house, then I'll be able to pick her up when we come back, when I come back through. We got a walker. Hang it. I have to hit the emergency lane up here. My refrigerator door flew open for some reason or other. This is the very first road that I ever drove a big truck on, 840. Back, well, close. When I got my CDLs, this road wasn't even complete yet. And this is where my school brought us to road train. Yeah, I have absolutely not. Other than said we don't have to do that. Let's make sure we can get it closed a little better. Well, I cleaned my windshield off while we was sitting back there getting loaded, but it looks like I didn't clean it off good enough. Dragon. Semi-scratch Ernie, hey Ben. Going up this safe. We buffer in and out going up. I'll have to go back and swipe it again once we get stopped tonight, because I can see where I wiped it, but just didn't wipe it all that great. You are welcome. Something about these Tennessee highways, though, especially around the Nashville area, does a lot of buffering for me. I think this is mostly AT&T territory, is what I'm thinking. I thought you just got your teeth cleaned, Sonic. Ain't you only supposed to do that like once a year, or once every 6 months, or something like that? Get all the enamel buffed right off your teeth. see. We ain't handed out no popcorn yet, so popcorn for everybody. You know, my opinion on maximum speeds is really differs from a lot of people's opinions, because I see no reason why right now we couldn't be traveling 80 miles an hour safely. You know, 75 on any road like this right here, in my opinion, would be suffice. I can't see no reason for 4 lanes to be 55 and 60 miles an hour anywhere, unless you're within the town, you know. And then even at that, you could still travel on these roads, you know, at a much better speed. Debbie. Yeah, I think 80 is the perfect speed. Even though I can only do 80 going downhill. You can really see where I didn't get the windshield that good and clean right there. Or I can really see it. Alright, we got 1,307 total miles to go. Today is the 2nd, it's due on the 5th. Plenty of time to drive it. Well, they almost knocked us out of plenty of time, taking as long as they did. Slow folks to the right. If they would stay to the right, but too many of them wants to ride on the left. Or get in front of you like this one right here and then slow down. Then speed up when you try to go around. How you doing, gin holder? Now let's see if they speed up. Not yet. I'm really surprised. Well, if you're calling me, buddy, I'm doing pretty good, and you may call me that. loaded. No rain, but definitely thunder. We got 40 miles left of this 840. Then we will be getting on, I think it's 40 miles left. How you doing, Sam? In Tacoma, Washington, 3 a.m. delivery. Wow. Is it Walmart or? Hurricane Express. Nice truck, I like that one. Black and green. God. How you doing, man? Overpass connectors, buffer, but they eat up all of our spare time, so really don't have the time for doing it. It just depends on which tire it would be. Steer tire, yeah, that might be pretty bad. Any of the other tires, I don't think it would be too much of a factor. And a car, different story. morning's live stream. That's a lot. Banana cream soda. Woo. How you doing, Miss Semi Judy? We are doing pretty good here. We finally got loaded on our way to El Paso. It took them about 5 or 5.5 hours to do it, but Harbor. pretty nice scenery up here. I like my steak just patted. I like it a little pink. That's medium. Does me too. I'd like to feed a big old fat juicy. Semi-scratching Ernie, if you guys haven't been over there, swing by there, let him know right. He'll appreciate it. Does have a good driving channel. He drives the big truck just like we drive. We're headed to El Paso. El Paso, and then we'll run into Array, New Mexico. Meatloaf is chopped steak. I had meatloaf last night. Pretty dang good. Homemade. You are welcome. I have never ridden an Amtrak, but now the road was ones at Dollywood, Six Flags, places like that. And I was saying earlier, I don't think I ever did get it out. The engineer that drives the Blue Ridge Scenic Railway, he's seen our magnets on our doors sometime back. I don't have them on there right now. I took them off for the summer. But he's watched our channel from time to time. He pulled up, or the train pulled up right after I shut the live stream off the other day when we got home. And Tasha was around at the back of the truck, and he asked her if we stopped doing the YouTube lives because I took the magnets off. pretty good train right there. According to Google Maps, our longest traveled day last month was 668 miles. No. Absolutely not. It wasn't that enjoyable. 10-4, appreciate it. Glad you're here. Glad we could bring some enjoyment to your day. Oh, I thought that was going to be rough. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I did not notice the castle anywhere. Guess I just wasn't paying enough attention to it. Yeah, it was. We should be getting west of Nashville. This isn't a busy traveled stretch highway. Yeah, we're pretty well west of it now. Bon Aqua. Abducting the aliens. Tennessee. Just outside of Nashville. We actually took the bypass around Nashville, Tennessee. Appreciate everybody getting us over 100 likes this morning. Maybe we'll be able to make it to 100 before we stop this evening. We won't get to drive very much longer. 3 hours tops. Let's see what about where that might put us at. We can make it just past Memphis. May do that just past Memphis. I don't know. Currently 86 thumbs up. You guys are awesome. We are getting ready to get on 40 now. Yeah, we're coming up. It's half a mile. Yogurt. On that. I like some yogurt, but I'm not eating a whole lot of it. What I have eaten though, it's not been bad. Oatmeal pie ice cream. That sounds kind of funky. No doubt about it. No doubt about the door locking. yogurt and orange yogurt. I don't know if I've ever eaten vanilla yogurt. I don't know that I've eaten orange. I'm not sure what flavors that I have eaten. It's not been a bunch. Just a little bit. Just a few. If we pixel up, so when and if we do, make sure to let me know so that I can fix it. Easy on the emojis. Got a 6 emoji limit there. We are on Interstate 40 West, mile marker 171, Dixon, Tennessee. Like we got a gator right in the center of the road up here. It actually looks like it's moving. So I don't know if it... I could have swore it was right across the center. That gator's still alive. accidentally left my White Castle cheeseburgers and my pizza rolls at the house. They was in the freezer, and all I got out was the stuff that I had in the refrigerator. Popcorn for everybody that's hungry. Crystals. They're not bad though. I don't like them a little bit. I prefer crystals, but I can handle the White Castle. And I see this love here that we're coming up to. That was the one. This was the one that has the abandoned house that I was gonna stop at and make a video, but since they run all of our time out back there getting loaded, I'm not gonna stop. Pizza rolls. How you doing, James? It's the only thing I don't like about how much it does buffer. Yeah, I've seen that solar farm. Isn't there a rest area right there, kind of close to it? We got a thumbs up for that one. Yeah, that's where I'm thinking about stopping at, is that rest area. Almost 10 bucks north. Big old boat. Sitting in the middle. Miles to Jackson, 148 miles to Memphis. bear in the middle. Disco lights going. We are on our way to El Paso. How you doing, Mike? To El Paso with Flying J. Man, they took even the kitchen sink. They didn't even leave the kitchen sink. And 4 on the plain brown wrappers. Stop to fax paperwork on your way to San Antonio. 10-4 on that. Doing pretty good. Pretty good night for a drive. We only got 2.5 hours though that we can drive. I think we can get just west of Memphis, but I think I'm going to stop us a little east of Memphis. Heck yeah, we appreciate everybody that's with us and everybody that goes and hangs out with Semi-Scratch and Ernie. He is an awesome truck handle himself. I do tune in and watch him every chance that I get. I was watching a few days ago when he got to meet Angie. That was a good meetup there. Big family, little homestead. How you doing? In Duluth, Minnesota. That's where Mav is from. From the YouTube channel Maverick or Maverick from Mav. I think he lives in Duluth, Minnesota. Going to trucking school soon. 10 for on that. Good luck. Well, you'll pass. If you go into the school, you'll pass everything you need to know, but good luck once you get out on the road. I bet. I was excited when I first started driving, which I still get excited to get out and get on the road. I mean, you know, not at all like I used to. Sometimes more time, or sometimes more, sometimes less. Just depends on really the situation where I'm going. But yeah, I remember when I first started driving how excited I was to get out and start seeing the country. It's a different experience. It is. Been studying non-stop. 10-4 on that. Well, they'll get you through it. No problems. They'll pass the test or help you pass the test and help you with the back and passing. But now just know this: what they show you in school and then what you learn when you're out on the road is a completely different world. Alright, go ahead. If I can answer it, I will, and if I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. I do use shadow techniques to determine my distance when I'm going around vehicles. That's a good question. I've never had anybody ask me that. Now as far as the front, I mean, I really don't do seconds, you know, counting the seconds. I do the visual shadow check. I don't really, you know, do the 6 seconds apart deal because I'm an aggressive driver, so I don't really go by the whole 6 seconds ahead, 6 seconds behind, stuff like that. Probably should. 100 thumbs up. Thank you guys both. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for the second 100 today. Hello, muted Foster app. And hello from Japan, or hello Japan. Man, that water looks fishy. On your shadow technique, if your shadow is beyond the vehicle that you're passing, then your vehicle is beyond it. If your shadow's past it, then you do not have to worry about running over on top of it. That's the way I've always, judged as far as the shadow technique goes. Once your shadow clears the vehicle that you're passing, you're good to get over. You can wait a few seconds, because if you do it just as soon as the shadow clears, then you're going to be cutting right over. A lot of people like to say cutting them off. You won't necessarily be cutting them off because they've got space, but as long as your shadow's clear, you're good to get over. Sheesh. And I've had drivers before tell me, that when I had CBs in there, in the truck, would jump on the CB and like, hey, you about took off my bumper. Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But most of them just being a smart alex. You got to watch the people on CBs. Some's in it to help you, some's in it to just pull your chain when they can. Yeah, that's one thing that I've always tried to be careful about, just lane changing. I mean, you see it a lot more nowadays as opposed to used to. But you see trucks, I mean, just shoot over into the other lane. I've always been one to glide over rather than just shoot it over real quick. If that's what you're talking about, doing the lane changing. Not as much as they used to, Barbara. The ones that you're going to see actually using it the most is the oversized loads. I mean, actually using it properly. Most everybody else either don't have them or has them and leaves them turned down throughout most of the day. But yeah, most truckers don't use CBs anymore. Oh, you're talking about going around a curve too fast? Well, let me see. The best way to say that one is go below the speed limit until you get used to it. I mean, trucks aren't they're not so easy to flip over that it's just like, teeter-tottering on one wheel. And then it depends on how your load's stacked in there and what you got. If your load's stacked to the roof, they're easier to roll over than if they're just like one pallet high. a while after training. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as whoever you're team driving with is a respectable person and respects that they've got somebody back in the back. I didn't see it, James, if you're talking to me. It's hard for me to read the big long comments. Yeah, the bad thing about getting over once you get around is you've always got to watch to make sure that the car behind you hadn't slingshotted around into the slow lane to come around you. That's something that you really, really got to keep an eye on when you're getting over. And that's another thing about the using your shadow to pass. Once that shadow gets past the vehicle that you're passing, if you get over, then you've not really give a car enough space behind you to shoot in between you. Yeah, and that happens a lot out here. That's a common thing. So anytime you're passing a vehicle, when you're going to get over, always keep an eye on that car to come shoot. Even with your signal light on and you've started gliding your truck over, cars will still shoot around you. So always keep your eye on that. And these blind spots, there is blind spots on trucks. If you position your seat right and you watch all your mirrors the way you're supposed to, then the blind spot is really, really small, but they're there. Not so much on the driver's side. The driver's side, there's not so much of a blind spot on it as there is the passenger side. The passenger side blind spot generally ranges when the cars gets beside your door. Those are the ones when they get beside your door to your hood. That's where your biggest blind spot's at. That's where the easiest spot is not to see them. But now, another thing you got to really, really watch as far as lane changing is freaking motorcycles. You really, really got to keep an eye on motorcycles because some of them are literally driving way, way, way too fast out here on the roads. And by the time you get they can be a mile behind you, and by the time you get from your lane to the lane over, they're coming up midways of you, and they'll fall in them blind spots a whole lot more. It scares the crap out of me when one comes flying by at about 90 to 110 miles an hour because they're screaming when they do, and generally I don't have no clue they're back there until they're right here beside me screaming by. Well, that's what I'm saying. They're a lot of motorcycles, especially the crotch rockets, not so much the cruisers, but the crotch rockets, they like to get out and do 90 to 120 miles an hour out here, and it don't take them no time to go a half a mile, they can be a ways back there. And by the time you start switching lanes, I mean, before you realize it, them guys are up on you, coming around you. Yeah, they're hanging out beside vehicles. I mean, some vehicles don't give you a choice. They either make you hang out beside them or slow down. Because most cars and some truck drivers are like this. Most cars, they feel like if they get 10 foot in front of you, that's fine. That's as far as they need to get, while you're over in the passing lane coming around them, and they'll get 10 foot to right at your bumper and hold you there. Just hold you there, unless you just get back over and ride behind them. Yeah, they do me. The crotch rockets, because like I said, a lot of times, I mean, I can look at my rearview mirror and not see anything, and within 2 seconds of me looking in the mirror, there's one screaming by. And then if you're up in the Northeast, now you don't see it a lot in a lot of other places, but now the Northeast, the crotch rockets do like to lane split. Used to when I first started driving, it was real bad in California, which I don't go to California a whole lot, so it still could be pretty bad, but it's not. I've not seen it in recent years like I did in the years when I first started on the West Coast, but now the East Coast, they're still pretty bad about lane splitting. And if you don't know what lane splitting is, that's where they ride the center line in between two vehicles. The crotch rockets are bad for that. I try to do my best to watch them suckers, but I mean, you never know where they're going to be at. I do have a parallel parking video up on the channel that you might be interested in checking out. I don't remember the name of it, but one of our moderators may be able to throw the link up for you if they know which one I'm talking about. Check that out. Might help you with your parallel parking if you have any problems in it. Oh, the James River Bridge and do wheelies. Oh, wow. And that just sets my soul beside me when they do that. And I've had a few do it. Yeah, it's not really that hard. I mean, I don't think it is. It just depends on how much space you got between your front truck and your rear truck. That's the biggest thing. And if a moderator don't throw the link up, just go into our playlist and look for go into the POVs or the drone flying the drone playlist, and it should be in both of those playlists. Ride a first cross and then go back and do it. Yeah. They just redone that rest area recently, didn't they? There's a lot of rest areas out there that are just parallel parking. I mean, unless you get there early, you don't have to worry about it, but indeed, Tim. Merging means accelerate. Not slow down and stop. And I don't slow down for, I mean, I'm not saying I never slow down for people that's merging, but in most cases, I don't slow down. I either make them speed up or I make them slow down. One or the other. Now, if a truck's merging out, I base it off where I'm at when they're coming off the merge. Oh, look at that. 2 at a time got up there. We might have to change that 7 seconds back up to 10. But now if a truck's coming off the merging lane, then, you know, I'll base it on how fast I'm going to how fast they're going, how quickly they're moving, on whether I slow down or stay the same speed, and then how long the merging lane is. But cars, they can either slow down or speed up. I stay the same speed when cars are coming, if I can't get over. Because if you slow down, the car's going to slow down. 9 times out of 10. Now, if you don't slow down, what happens is they'll stay beside you until they get ready to run out of emergency lane. Then they'll hit the gas and start honking the horn or flip you a bird or something. But there's, you know, I mean, they've had plenty of time to hit the gas. We can't do it now, but on the next stream we'll raise it back up to 10 or 15 seconds. That way they don't come out double. Because that's the whole purpose in slow mode, is to keep them from sending out the double messages. Yeah, the highway has the right of way. And like I say, when in a car they can speed up. They got more gas, or they got more throttle, and they got more brake than the trucks have when it comes to the four-wheelers out there. Yeah, we got to stop here soon. We got 2 hours left on our clock as far as being able to drive, because we started out, I think it was 8 or 9 o'clock this morning. You are welcome. I mean, I could have stayed at the shipper for another probably 2 or 3 hours and then finished what I had from the 8-hour break, but I'd rather just get a little ways down the road and then start back up in the morning and run a full day. I don't like doing the split sleeper berths. Never have liked them and probably never will like them. Welcome to Wildersville, Tennessee. And usually I like stopping somewhere between 1 hour and 2 hours towards the end of my shift. That way it gives me plenty of time to find a place to park. Yeah, now in that drone video it's a split screen video. It's a point of view with the GoPro on my head, and then how you doing, Jay? Then after we park for the night, I'm gonna fix that video up after we deliver this load of onions that we're picking up, because I'll probably upload it off Walmart's Wi-Fi. I finally figured out, if I didn't tell you, or I finally figured out how to get back onto the internet. I'm the only one to drive. Normally rides with me all the time, but I had to leave her at the house to a doctor's appointment within a week to 2, and then she'll be back at it again. It's just a co-pilot. I've got this is a brand new microphone than what we had from the stream previous to going to home time. Yeah, see, before we went on home time, I used my Bluetooth, the Bluetooth, and it cut all the engine sound out. You could hear my voice good, but it cut out. Hey, hot sauce burnt me. We waited. 10, 20 years younger. I think that might be the hot sauce. I think it might have stripped some layers out of my throat. But if it is the mic, that's awesome. I like that. Yeah, we done a hot sauce. I think it was yesterday. Oh my God, that stuff. Mad Dog 357. That's the sauce to get right there. That stuff is hot. Yeah, we're about 10 or 15 miles from Jackson. The devil come to visit you for your birthday. Well, now, I don't know how it's going to be with this new mic. I mean, it might be loud when she hollers still yet. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. But for a couple of weeks, at least, nobody's eardrums will be bleeding. I don't know if she's lurking or not. She's probably taking a nap. Oh, we still got 19 miles to Jackson. I thought we was a little bit closer than that. Got a deer over there. He was standing in freeze frame position. What that ding was. That sounded like a boxing bell. Crazy trucking chick. Sounds pretty good. Metal bugs. That's about what it sounds like. That looked like Jesus riding in the passenger seat of that truck there. Yeah, we just went under 2 hours. What I'm thinking on doing is going to the rest area up here on the other side of Jackson, pulling off there and staying. When did they finally connect 40 to the river bridge? You mean in Memphis? I think we was in onion season last year when they did. I think. Was it last winter? Okay, well, it wasn't onion season then. It was wintertime. Well, yeah, summer's when they put it out of commission, wasn't it? I think, if I'm not mistaken. Used about half of the battery on well, wait a minute. I don't know if that's the receiver battery or the microphone battery. One of them has used about half. One of them's used a little less than a quarter, it looks like. And then my phone battery has went from 95 down to 35 since we started the stream. No, I don't really do truck tour videos on account of it's everything, we've got so much in here, it's just like cramped up. When we get our new truck, I will definitely, before I move everything over, do a truck tour of that truck. Well, the thing is to plug the phone up, I've got to unplug the mic. I'm gonna have to get me a wireless charger for the phone to keep the phone charged, because for whatever reason it don't charge the phone by plugging it into the receiver. Not sure why. It should, but all it charges is the receiver, and the receiver is plugged into where you plug in the phone charger at. Now we're headed to Honolulu. El Paso is our destination. Well, it's our destination for this stop. Good night, Cat Mom. We'll see you next time around. Like I said, we're not going to run much farther. West side of Jackson here, I think. Or to the next rest area, which I think is the west side of Jackson. Doing office cat. If you're leaving, Kyle, catch you next time around. Happy birthday. Alright then, you keep right on watching. How about it? No, we are on 40 West, Jackson, Tennessee. I can't believe this truck already needs new windshield wipers. That's crazy. What did they get? The $5 pair of windshield wipers? careful on that. Everybody's still here. Maybe Tim was saying good night to everybody. I don't know. And it's only 8 here. And then it's only, God bless. That dude was on this side of the Jersey wall. That's messed up. Yeah. And if it had been like right now, that could have been bad. That's crazy. And by the time I seen him, I didn't have enough time to get over. Even though it was, I think it was clear. I don't think there was any vehicles over there, but by the time I seen him, I didn't have enough time to look, judge, and react. Bears sitting all over. Now, right there to the right, that's where they used to keep the state trooper semi-truck. They don't keep it there anymore. I forget where it is that they moved it to, but they used to keep it right there. You could see it right when you pass through here. Yeah, no doubt. I tell you what, there ain't no way that I would have done that in his position, because I've seen trucks just barely scrape these walls before. You know, going with their trailers. I don't know what was so important for him to have been walking on that side of the Jersey wall. For me, it would have had to have at least been a wallet full of $100 bills. And when I say full, I mean like 30 or 40 of them. What did they do with the truck? Well, I'm talking about just glancing the Jersey wall. It's not enough to where the driver would even slow down. You know, just glance it a little bit with the tail end of their trailer. I've seen that a bunch, and they'll just keep right on booking it. Yeah. Well, on the road to Big Island, me and a log truck glanced at each other. It didn't do any damage, luckily, but we touched each other. It shouldn't be much farther, I don't think. It should. The one that I'm talking about anyway, I think is just right up here. Yes, it is. Very scary. And what makes it the most scary, other than the big turns and the narrow lanes, is how fast them log trucks drive up and down that thing. And it's busy with log trucks. But it's not just the log trucks, because the trucks that go in and out of, Big Island very regularly, I mean, they drive it just as fast. So it is scary. I've been on scarier, but man, that's right up there on the top of the list. Just a little bit. They climb. They went to them crotch rockets screaming on the left-hand side just then. Yes they are. I agree 100%. And there's another bridge in that area. I don't think it's in Cairo, but it is somewhere in that area. Freaking terrifying. Well, I don't know how time sensitive they are. They just run their route so regular that they can drive them pretty quick. Most of them. Generic name, we'll go right ahead. Just please don't be nothing weird. Brockport, yeah, Brockport Bridge. Alright, we got the rest area 1 mile coming up. If there's a parking spot there, we are going to stop for the night. Thank you, James Gab. Now, if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel, James Gap Gap is the man to see. He's got over 46,000 people following him. And I was in one of his grow streams today. He had over 165 people watching at one time. So if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel, flip on over there to James Gap Gap. Let him know Ride Along Gang sent you by. That is the link to James Gap Gap. Just click it. Let him know we sent you by. Sure would appreciate it. Uh-oh, truck in front of us turned off too. Hopefully there's a parking spot here because I don't want to drive. It's not that I'm tired or anything. I just don't want to get stuck in Memphis. Okay, give me just a... Did anyone ever see a ghost when driving? Oh yeah, I've seen freaky stuff at night time when driving. Scary stuff. Ghostish stuff. Yeah, pull on up front there. Go, go, go. Heck yeah, we're gonna get that spot. Alright, this is going to do us for the... We are in... There went my microphone. I got to remember that I'm putting it on the seatbelt. Alright, we're in a bad... I'm going to go ahead and say I appreciate you hanging out, all the thumbs up, all the new people, and it is 8:15. We'll probably start at about 8:15, about 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna go edit out this video that I've done